Good morning. Sorry, slow start here. Oop. Hey, good morning, WJ. Oh, shit. Good morning, good morning. Sorry. Uh, weighed in 257.5 today. Hell yeah. Oh, sometimes you just get tired out of nowhere. Woo. Good morning. Yeah. I was like, oh, I was so close to just skipping another one. I was like, no, can't do it. Not gonna do it. And glad I didn't because I'm going up north tomorrow. Yeah, no, get it in. I'm not able to make it to a sumo tournament, so I won't be working out over the weekend. Ooh. Oops, sorry, 1 second. Okay. I had a show yesterday. I've got the bug in me. I've got the bug to get back to performing. I don't know. You know, I lost it for a little bit there. I got jaded with the whole scene. But, you know, last night I had a good show. You know, last week I had a good show this week. You know, people are complimenting you. It feels good. You get that external validation. And, yeah, no, it feels so good in comedy. Oh, yeah. Someone did the juicy meme with a transformer. Okay, interesting. Oh, sorry. That's always so funny to me. Like, what fashion designer was like, I'm going to put juicy right on the ass? I mean, not really. If your under regions were juicy, I guess it'd be a problem. I think that's like a medical diagnosis. Your ass is juicy? You should get that checked out. Oh, no. Whew. Man wipes out on stationary bike. Let's play some Halo 3. Oh, man. Would love to throwback. Would love to have a friend group that would even consider doing that. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I want to do a nostalgia night or something, and then just like Call of Duty 2 was one of my favorites. It was before they like gamified the hell out of it, but it was like just really good. It had some fun glitches, and it was like, you know, now everything's so like competitive and like, hey, fix this. Like, and your game companies are expected to fix glitches in competitive scenes or whatever. But back then, you got the game you got. They're like, update? What the hell's an update? We burned it to a DVD. There's no way for us to update it. Always fun with the fellas, yeah. And that was kind of fun. You know, sometimes they'd re-release secretly for new versions of the game. You know, bugs that they particularly wanted to address. I don't know. I'll link you the Curse channel. Thank you, W. If you can't post a link, join the Discord. If the auto mod removes your post. Were you in the Beatles?
Volkswagen official said,
yeah.
Do you guys think Pac-Man did all that crack?
Yeah. Yes, he did. I mean, that's understandable, Pac-Man. White pellets only lead to the harder stuff. Good morning, Bulk. Favorite band? Ooh, that's a hard one. Hell yeah, Lockin' brother. Thanks, Noah.
Morning, Jason. How close are you to 250?
Oh, I weighed in at 257 today, so we're inching closer. 249 by September. That's the goal. We'll get there. I just got to lock in, laser focused. You know, a pound a week. Not a super aggressive goal, but, you know, I'm trying to persist. You know, we went hard at the start. Now we just got to ease into this. This is going to be like, I don't want to make it too extreme because, you know, I know exactly what's going to happen if I do it. Go too extreme, something in life's going to happen, and then I'm going to, like, dread working out. I'm like, if I just keep it nice and casual, we'll get there. The weight loss will continue. A war of attrition here with my mind and body. It's hard to say. I don't know if I have a favorite band because the way I listen to music is I have a song I'm obsessed with. And then I, like a drug addict, like listen to it until I hate it. Like I just play it over and over again, like to a infuriating level. I just like, you know how you can loop one song? Like I'll do that. And I'm like, now I hate this song and this band. No.
What music did you really get into as a teenager?
Oh, you know, it's changed. It's drastically changed. But you know, basically any band that was on the Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack, Offspring. Then in my college years, I was a metalhead. So,
Volkswagen official
In Flames,
said, God of EE Scrunch, that the music of TH90s.
Lamb of God. I've seen do you play Coldplay? I'll listen to some Coldplay. Nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't say if you had tickets to a Coldplay concert, I'd be like, if I'm free. I wouldn't jump out of the way. Flaming Lips. These are just all things I listen to. I don't know if I could pick a favorite. I listen to a lot of mashups. So a lot of people on SoundCloud, they get their accounts taken down. I think mashups would have a much bigger following, but record labels constantly issue takedown notices because you're pissing off multiple record labels. Basically, every artist that you sample for a mashup is going after you. But there's still a diehard community on SoundCloud, and they're on their 100th of counts because they just remake them and will re-upload. Which, when you're trying to build a following, that's pretty devastating. But they do it for the love of the mashup. And, I love that effect where it's just you're bopping your head to your favorite song. Or, and then it's Britney Spears comes in, or Talking Heads, David Byrne starts you're like, this is not right. This is not what I expected.
Byzantiadev said,
and somehow it works.
I love
still.
the Thunderstruck Ghostbusters mashup.
There you go, Thunderstruck Ghostbusters theme. Yeah. Like a good Primus. Mr. Bungle. I like weird stuff. But a favorite. Yeah. I don't know if I could pick just one. I'm a big Metallica fan, but I'm not a fan of anyone in the band, if that makes sense. I'm a fan of the music, not of the band. But who am I kidding? I would shit my pants if I met anyone from Metallica.
Volkswagen official said, my favorite is the Ringles. After Beatles broke up, 4 copies of Ringo started a band together.
That's funny, yeah. The Ringles. Yeah, W, that would be fun. Yeah, that should exist, I feel like. A documentary on 90s and 2000s music.
Byzantiadev
They all
said,
play drums.
before Suno cracked down on copyright material, I had it generate a ska version of Mad World.
Oh, there you go. Interesting.
At Volkswagen official, are you a Vinesauce fan too?
What else? Clowncore. That's something I recently got into.
Volkswagen official said, like my name didn't make it obvious.
The guys who play in a van or a porta potty. I don't know. They just got really... It's all instrumental. And they have lyrics, but it's just noise. It's just... And they're talking through their clown mask, but it's totally unintelligible. Locally, I go to a lot of bands.
Byzantiadev said, there's a really heavy metal band my friend likes called Pint Glass. It's metal about labor work.
Okay, interesting. Pint Glass. I'll look it up. There's a band called Sun O. End parenthesis, end parenthesis, end parenthesis. It's called like drone metal. That's like a newer thing I'm into. I was like, I don't know what this is, but it's in such a weird box. But I like it. I don't know. It's just nice to hear something new.
Bulkbogan official said, I'm really soured on musical novelty acts, like you hear something neat, but it's all they do.
Yeah. Like postmodern jukebox or Puddles the Pity Clown.
Is pirate metal, and it's only pirate metal.
Yes, Ailstrom. I think Bulk or somebody, maybe Mr. Seeker, somebody has recommended Ailstrom to me in the past. And I've listened, I was like, this is amazing. That's this band is able to survive with only pirate metal. There was a weird movie on Tubi that me and Ellen tried to watch. It was like Ringo Starr as a caveman, but I don't know. It was that like early '90s, late '80s, where it was just like very, I don't know, male humor. It was kind of uncomfortable to watch. You know, a plot point was he snuck in a cave and slept with a big caveman's wife. And it's like, well, that's felonious home invasion. That's many crimes. Not as funny as it is just like, what the hell were you thinking, Ringo? You still going, bro? Yes.
Byzantiadev said,
lowest weight
is that
so
the same
far.
era that Ringo played the Pope that one time?
257. We're getting there. We're making the progress. The road to 200 is paved with fat. And I'm walking it, every fat brick off. Oh, yeah, I think it's just called Caveman. Yeah, W's got it. The woman from Cheers is in it. It's very weird that a movie like that got produced and had like a lot of big names in it.
Bulkbogan official said, with peace and love, I'm gonna sue you. This is a warning with peace and love. Ringler Star. Byzantiadev said, have you seen the old video where Ringo threatens people with peace and love?
No,
because
I
of
didn't
fan
even
mail?
know. Oh. I thought that was just a funny meme there. But I need to see this, yeah. That is so funny.
Bulkbogan official said, Trat's what I referenced.
Oh, that's amazing. No, I have not seen that. Please. Ringler Star. I love that. When pleased with peace and love, I'll kill your ass if you don't take this down right now. I love that. People who are just so disconnected from reality, or who knows. Maybe a production person wrote that, but it's probably Ringo himself. You know, the record
said,
label was probably
I love
like,
that Ringo Starr embraces the memes about himself.
hey, Ringo, you know, we can send a cease and desist, but it might help to add a personal touch. You know, maybe it'll have more of an effect. We send cease and desists all the time, and they don't go anywhere. Okay, I'll write the letter. I've got 5 minutes. Peace and love. Take down this. I hate you. With peace and love. Great job, Ringo. We'll send that right out.
Bulkbogan official said, I wish I could sell MS Paint doodles for $3,800 a piece.
I wish too.
Like Ringo.
You just gotta pretend it's Banksy or something. Like, Banksy makes an MS Paint doodle. For some reason, these just huge names.
Byzantiadev
And it's
said,
like, nobody
"Your baby
notices
is a
it
masterpiece."
until it's like, oh, it's a confirmed Banksy. And it's like, whoopity-doo. Your baby is a masterpiece? I don't know of this. Your baby. Is this one of Ringo's pieces? Or,
It is.
can you get the camera for a little Lamar Jackson? I don't know the reference. Can you get the camera? Just this person, Lamar Jackson, grab the camera in a weird way?
Voltbogen official said, Ringo got a bit too fancy with Mario Paint application with that one.
Please explain. I don't think anybody gets the reference. I'd like to use actual paint. I just feel like it's like such a barrier to entry. Dropped it in Discord. Thank you, Biz. Something about like real paint
on eBay for a low $3,800
feels so pretentious. I don't know what it is. But I mean, I'd like to paint. But also, you know, it's like the weird double-edged sword. It's like, hey, you're putting something down on physical, you know, actual canvas. But then it's like, hey, if I don't know what I'm doing, then I've really got a big burden. I've got this huge expensive thing that I just laid down on canvas. This is going to be sitting in my garage as an embarrassing reminder that I don't know how to paint.
If you do it badly, it looks like a child did it, but if it looks good, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah. And, you know, deep in the recesses of your mind, I feel like, you know, you think you start painting and you're like, what if I'm really good? What if I'm like a painting savant? What if I could just do this all day? You know, not really, but sort of. It's like playing the lottery. I feel like, you know, more so than any other, like, craft. You're like, I think if I'm good at this, if I paint this house just right, you know, if I paint another sunset and it's just right, I could be a millionaire. It's like, no one is buying your stupid first sunset. There's too many sunset paintings.
Tabletop
we
miniatures
know what
are
a
weird
sunset
to paint.
looks like.
You can do a good job for your standards, just don't look what the studio team did for comparison.
Yeah. I have a miniature from when I was playing Call of Cthulhu. And a friend who was like really good at painting miniatures was like, I'll do it for everybody. And we were like, okay, cool. And like he did like an amazing job. Like we went over and did like the rough details, and then he finished it out. And we're like, holy shit, he had like shading and stuff. And I don't know, it was like really, really good. Hey man, seeing the progress. Keep up the good work. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Tonka. Yeah, we're down. We're down to 257, a new low. New low for the year. Just going to keep cruising downward here. Feels really good. Painting miniatures, W? Yeah, again, another thing that requires, like, all the paints and brushes and stuff. And then you got to clean it up after you're done, or else it solidifies. Nice, nice. For what? What's your tabletop of choice? You a Warhammer person, or you kind of split your focus on amongst it a bunch of different things? D&D, the classic. BattleTech at the moment. I think you've mentioned this before.
There's a new open source tabletop system for Jurassic Park style games.
Oh, interesting.
It looks like a blast.
That'd be fun. A Jurassic Park tabletop. Interesting. I'm very curious. I have some friends that just did a Jurassic Park the musical. I went there, like, you know, I see them in sets after the show, and you can tell they're still got Jurassic Park on the mind, because they'll drop in a lot of Jurassic Park references. Maybe I should pitch that to them as something to try out.
Bulkbogan official said, I'm playing Wayne Knight that gets his face melted by a Dilophosaurus.
Yeah. Dodson! We got Dodson here! The Dodson shout is an attack. Well, I'm glad I got on in the morning. You know, I think if I skip too many times, I just get in the habit of skipping. And I had a fun night at the show, but I kind of had a shitty day at work. But you know what? I think it was just one bad day. And it's weird how it almost like throws off your whole vibe. You know. You know, I need to stop being so affected. And maybe if it involves like just leaving my current job.
Said, I read the books years after seeing the film, and there's so much room for an 18-rated horror version of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's interesting the things that take off and have like a lot of like extra material, like Star Wars, and yeah, Jurassic Park's got a lot of extra lore, and people write books about it.
Nedry gets blinded by the Dilophosaurus and has his guts ripped open in the original.
Oh, wow. Oh, I just saw, I think I might have talked about this a little bit yesterday, but I saw 28 Years Later. Big fan. I did not know what to expect. And the commercial had me a little worried, but I think they do a great job with it, and I really liked it. I mean, I don't think, you know, few things will top the original, but I think this one was like, went in a different direction, you know, explored different problems. 28 years, I think, was a good to get away from, you know, just doing another modern zombie film.
How do you have not enough dinosaurs in a Jurassic Park film?
Yeah. Good morning, man. How's it going? Good, John. Good morning. We're at a new low weight of the year, 257. So, very exciting.
Bulkbogan official said, but how it ties into the sequel 28 years later, The Bone Temple?
I don't even want to say. No spoilers, but you'll see the Bone Temple or whatever, and you'll be like, okay, what scary thing is this? But I'll say this, they actually surprise you, and the Bone Temple is kind of like, almost like a religious, it's like, I don't know. It is a tribute, I'll say, by a passionate individual. I'm already spoiling way too much, but Kind of weird, but also, interesting enough.
Byzantiadev said, I think it's a brave decision to make a sequel so late after the last one. A lot changes in a few decades.
Yeah. Congrats. Nice work. Thank you, John. Sometimes you feel like it's stagnating.
Said, when they showed Bone Temple,
the trend line always goes down,
and yelled Boone Temple to the cadence of Chicken Jockey.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the things in the trailer that I was like, what the hell is he doing? Why is there a Bone Temple? I will say, are you talking with another person on the mic? Yeah, some VIPs from Twitch I have set up to text-to-speech.
Byzantiadev
on
said,
Twitch and
have you heard the Lava
YouTube.
Chicken clip edited to sound like What's New Scooby-Doo?
No, I've not.
Spike Memer said, there's a whole game about a Bone Town.
Hey, what's up, Spike Memer? Good morning. Good morning. Long time no see.
Bulkbogan official said, you guys heard that 50 Cent is playing Balrog in the Street Fighter movie?
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of an interesting thing. 50 Cent, what has that guy done except vitamin water? He doesn't have to work. That guy is set for life.
Waking up, preparing for another day of leading too many people.
There you go.
Byzantiadev said, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with that because, I don't know. I think he would do well with it. I don't think it's something you just lazily say, yeah, I'll do Balrog. That seems like a passion thing. Maybe he's a Street Fighter 2 fan. Who knows? I love an interesting casting choice when it makes sense. I mean, it's a gamble. It's a gamble for sure. But you can tell somebody has a vision. That
Spike Memer said, lava chicken but it's careless whisper.
All right. Let's lift some weights. Whew. Ugh. Sorry here. Here we go.
Bulkbogan official said, in other horrible movie news, they confirm Bed Lilo and Stitch 2 live action.
Oh no, really? Isn't the first one not even out? Endless trash, yeah.
Endless trash.
Well, at some point you got to be like, that movie's just not made for me. But at the same time, I'm like, I could still watch the original Lilo and Stitch. That movie wasn't made for me, but I enjoyed it. So, I don't know. Yeah, who is this movie made for? It's like people with kids that want to take their children to a... I don't know. Because why not just go watch the original Lilo and Stitch with your kid? Why do you got to take them out to the movie theaters? Why doesn't Disney do that? Just, I think with, like, Studio Ghibli, like, they'll, like, go on, like, some years they'll be like, hey, we're just screening
like $1 billion from all the children with ADHD and ignorant parents that got nothing better to do.
I think Disney would have made a lot more money, or, I don't know. They would have pissed off a lot more people. Maybe not, actually, but if they just screened the originals again. Don't ruin them. Don't even re-update them or nothing. We don't need it. Anyway, let me get a towel real quick. Ugh. Stinky towel.
Byzantiadev said, didn't it change the ending so Lilo is given away to the state so her sister can study in California?
Oh my god. That'd be fun, you know. A cutesy Disney movie that's cute all the way through, and it has a nice Disney end, and then all of a sudden something like horrifically selfish happens. And you're like, oh my god, that's a horrible ending. She's gonna go live in a foster home, and then kids are screaming as she's being dragged into the foster home. She's like, no, I want to stay with my sister. Shut up! And like throw her in there. And she's like behind the bars as her sister's like driving off with a guy she just met. My mind goes to some weird places sometimes. Sometimes I worry for my sanity. But that's the thing I thought of. Anyway. All right, let's lift some weights. Let's do some hammer curls. One.
Bulkbogan official said, they should remake Lawrence of Arabia with Jennifer Lawrence as the protagonist.
Okay. Two.
Call it Jennifer Lawrence of Arabia.
Three.
Byzantiadev said, that ending is something I'd write as a joke to wind people up.
4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Come on, 2 more. 11.
Bulkbogan official said, why didn't they remake it so in Lion King Mufasa doesn't actually die and comes back at the end? That would be so soul.
Simba, I learned to climb. I've been rock climbing my whole life. Out of breath already. Hey, good morning, Nicholas.
Byzantiadev said, I'd love a movie where everyone in the cast is played by Pedro Pascal and Chris Pratt except the actual Pedro Pascal and Chris Pratt.
Oh, there you go, yeah. Just getting real nutty professor with it. Hey, it's less people to pay. I hear people defend it by saying Ohana includes extended families such as relative, friends, and neighbors. Okay. The state gave Lilo to a random. Oh, wait. Oh, is that actually what happens? Now I'm really confused. Oh my god. Maybe I gotta rewatch this movie.
Bulkbogan official said, being John Malkovich 2, being Chris Pratt.
That would be really funny if they did that, Bulk. 2. Sorry for belly. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. All right. Some rows here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Byzantiadev said, Beauty and the Beast could be rewritten to have the Beast be just killed and Gaston becomes a monster hunter in like 5 other sequels.
Oh, that is really funny. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Come on, one more. 12. All right. Switch arms here. Yeah, Gaston learns the error of his ways, and actually, I'm sorry for treating you that way, Belle. I was being really selfish. Oh, Gaston, that's all I wanted to hear. Kill this beast. Yeah, no problem. Say hello to my little friend. Oh, it's my dad. Yeah, I don't know why he's so short. Shoot him with the bazooka. One, two, three.
Bulk
Oh,
Bogan
there you go.
official said,
Vegas got it.
those cheap direct-to-DVD sequels and cartoon shows are so funny.
5, 6, 7, 8,
Byzantiadev said,
9,
Gaston as played by a young Sylvester Stallone.
11. Yeah. So. There was the Found Footage Festival guys have a Twitch stream, and they were watching. They do like Saturday morning cartoons, and one of them was like a Scooby Doo cartoon, but
Bulk
with
Bogan
Laurel and
official
Hardy.
said, I first saw Aladdin
I
sequel
was like,
show and it had
what
Yago went good.
who?
Then I saw
who
the
would think
original
of
and
this?
Yago is a bad guy.
Oh yeah, Aladdin had like a TV show. I kind of remember that. There was like a TV version for about a while.
Byzantiadev said, at Bulk Bogan official it's getting bad that I'm thinking back on the Disney VHS squills and thinking they're good by comparison.
Some side lateral raises here. Oh yeah. I wonder, that might be worth exploring because it's just like, really, they made a sequel to this, and you're like, maybe compared to movies today. Favorite snack? Ooh, favorite snack, peanut butter by far. Peanut butter, I feel like I could eat every day, every meal, as like peanut butter and apples. Best fitness influencer. Good morning, Ray. Thank you. Hey, we weighed in on a new low, 257 today. New low for the year. Not new low for life. If I was born a 257-pound baby, my mom would be totally destroyed. Looking good. Thank you. Feeling good. I was stagnating a little bit.
Bulk Bogan official
for a
said,
while, so.
Bambi 3 Return of the Mother.
Yeah. Mama's back. And Mama's got a bunch of new girlfriends, and it's just like a dough hit squad.
Byzantiadev said, didn't Hercules have a series that crossed over with the Aladdin one?
I think it did, actually, yeah. 2, 3. Disney Channel was like a premium channel. It didn't come with the standard cable package. So, it was like, oh, I felt like I'm like, seeing something really premium here. But it was just like.
At Bulk Bogan official, the mother was in on the shooting the whole time and has been pro hunting the whole time.
Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9.
Bulk Bogan official said, excuse me what a hell, fellas you won't believe it what I found.
12. Oh, Bulk Bogan found something. What is this? 101 Dalmatians, but every episode they lose a dog. So it becomes 100 Dalmatians, 99
Byzantiadev
Dalmatians.
said, isn't that from the Mario movie?
1.
The first one?
2. 3. Did you post something in the Discord, Bulk? 4. 5.
Bulk Bogan official
6.
said, searching for Bambi movies,
7.
there exists a movie called Bambi Meets
8.
Godzilla.
Oh my god. 9. 10.
It has a budget of $300.
11. 12. Alright, we'll do some squats. And then this is the end of round 1, and then we do one more round, and we donezo. All set for the weekend. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Byzantiadev said, still better than Frozen 2.
9, 10, 11. Yeah, I've never seen Frozen or nothing. 8, 9, 10. I think I lost count. 11. Nah, I think that's, yeah. I don't know. Anyway. 12. 13. 14. 15. Always better to count way over than count under. Woo!
Bulkbogan official said, if Hollywood got really greedy they could make the fake trailers from the beginning of Tropic Thunder real.
You know, I've thought about it. Because they made the fake trailers from, you know, what was that double feature? The Terror. Oh, God, man, it's right on the tip of my brain. But they made, like, Machete. And they made... maybe that's the only one they made of that. But there was those fake trailers behind Grindhouse. That's what I'm thinking of.
Byzantiadev said, I'd happily watch the Two Brothers film from that one Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah, it's Two Brothers. Yeah, some generic action. Or the Fatties, I think, would really be actually funny. But, you know, that is like, they're trying to do like lowest common denominator. But I'm like, actually. Okay. Hey, good morning, Matt. What's up? We're talking about fake movie trailers and how they could definitely become real movies nowadays. All right. Round 2. Here we go. Let's get back into hammer curls. I want to finish with another plank today, too. Because yesterday, we crossed the 2-minute
I remember
threshold.
the Gandhi 2 trailer
like,
from the Weird Al
yes.
movie UHF.
Gandhi 2. Yes, I remember that, too. UHF was such a fun movie. I'm kind of interested, too. Because Liam Neeson is doing... The Naked Gun, they're bringing that back. And I was like, okay, I really like The Naked Gun. And Liam Neeson is like such a serious guy, but he does some funny stuff too. Like, I remember his episode of Extras with Ricky Gervais. And I was like, this is really funny.
Oh, hey Psycho Commando.
Puffin', boy.
Thanks
Hey!
for hitting that follow button.
Thank you, Psycho Commando. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, I'm just a fat guy working out. How are you? I'm doing well. We weighed in a new low for the year, 257 this morning. So I'm down from 287 on January 3rd. I see you getting after it all the time. Keep it up. Thank you, Psycho. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze at the top. 4. Slow on the descent. 5. 6. 7. I feel like movie trailers before movies are kind of a lost art. Like 8, the really good 8. I don't know why, but that one announcer guy that did all the movie in a world, that guy. 9. I miss that guy. I know he's probably long dead, but 10. I think that just got kind of old hat, or I don't know. They just didn't like paying that guy. 11. 11, or maybe trailers got past that. Weird nostalgia though. 12. 12. And music videos. I miss the weird day of a weird artsy fartsy or just funny music video. Like there's a lot of metal bands that do really just funny music videos, and you're like, this doesn't line up at all. Why do they have like clowns and balloons in their video? It's like I was like, that's like a good sense of humor. You know, who cares? They're like, do you want us to do a music video with us? Like, okay. And they're just goofy guys doing like screamo metal.
Michael Bay did the original music video for I'd Do Anything for Love and a few others.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lost art. Yeah, it's like it's a 3-minute like feature film. You gotta do a lot of visual storytelling. You know, there was like some real money thrown behind it. You know, MTV. You know, that was the channel. That was like the supreme.
Bulk Bogan official said, funniest Blade fact is that moment when Wesley Snipes refused to open eyes for a scene and they had to CGI his eyes open.
No way. Oh my god, I wonder why. The light was too bright or he was too sweaty. You know, Wesley Snipes is very sweaty in those movies. Maybe just like, I got too much sweat in my eyes.
Byzantia
we'll
said,
CGI it.
At Bulk Bogan official, which film was that?
Yeah, which Blade movie, exactly. I'm very curious to follow up on this.
Bulk Bogan official said, I think Blad too.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, we'll just CGI it. Oh my god. The amount of work and money that costs to do, when you just could do a second take. So funny. 1, sorry for belly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Nah,
7,
third one.
8, third one, okay. 9, 10, keep my elbows tucked in. 11, 12. Whew. Instead of water, you should drink Everclear. Hey, if I was doing a challenge stream, Matt, maybe. Yeah, the extreme dangers. And then after I finish a set, I just like hook myself up to the IV and regain all my, yeah. If I really wanted to, you know, instead of treat my body healthy, just torture myself. Yeah.
Norwegian Woods is a classic for black metal.
I don't think I've ever had Everclear. I think maybe when I was like 21, I tried it just to be like, whoa, that's a lot of alcohol. And I don't think I've ever had Everclear ever again in my life. Is it part of any mixed drink? I don't know if anybody would use anything that strong. Norwegian Woods is classic for black metal. Oh, yeah. All right, let's do some rows.
Byzantiadev said, you could do an Ivan Drago training stream for a bit.
Oh, there you go. If he dies, he dies. And by he, I mean me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Switch arms here. Me and my buddy used to get Everclear all the time, and all the cheapest stuff. Highest alcohol.
How much of that do you remember of that?
Get Everclear and a gallon of Sunny D, and you'd be good for like 2 days. Oh my god, yeah. The min-maxing on, alcohol content to drinkability. That's very fun. That's such a kid thing to do. Like, how much do you remember of that? Yeah. Yeah, probably not a lot. Yeah, I remember the first time I drank alcohol, I was like, they're supposed to be equal parts. So I made like a rum and Coke, the most basic drink on the planet. and I did a huge, whatever the biggest like big gulp thing you could get, and I did half Coke, half rum, and I was pretty much like done for the night. But I kept drinking, and then midnight hits, and I've never evacuated my entire stomach contents all over right onto me, and they just put, I don't remember a whole lot. There's like frames of that night I still remember, but I remember they just sat me on the porch all night, and I was like, damn, that's not fun. All my friends are having fun inside, and I'm sitting outside. And then I like just remember like a lot of time must have passed, and then I see the sun come up, and they're like, "Oh, Jason, let's take you home." I'm like, okay. And my dad and my brother, who never do this, but they were just like talking on the front porch. So
I
was
brought
like,
the original Necromunda for $60 at a charity shop.
And then
it was unopened.
I punched in the code to the garage and knocked on the front door, and I hit enter on the garage. And like as my dad was coming in the front door, I ran through the garage and ran to the basement and took off all my puke clothes so they wouldn't know. Oh, because I think I was underage actually, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't drink too much either. It's not fun. The older you get, they're like, I just wasted a day. I wasted the night doing nothing.
This shit ain't nothing to me. Yous guys haven't tried torpedo juice.
Seen a game or gone to a show or something. Kind of ruined the night. Wait a second. Did I just do Rose? No, I switched arms. Okay, there we go. I think, right? Damn, I'm keep track of this stuff. All right, anyway. 1, 2.
Byzantia Dev said, I still sometimes have jungle juice when I'm in good company, but that's usually me for the night.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Bulk Bogan official said, 180 proof ethanol fuel and pineapple juice.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. Like people just getting a plastic bin at Walmart and filling it with a bunch of alcohol and fruit. I was like, oh, I can't believe we all drank out of that. That definitely wasn't sanitary. People just dunking their hands in there too to grab the fruit. I was like, ugh.
Byzantia Dev said,
like, oh, the alcohol
at Bulk
kill
Bogan
all the
official Jimmy
bacteria.
Buffet would sing very different songs if he drank that a lot.
Everclear and Clear Springs are the only two brands I know to have 180 or 190. Oh my god, that's way too much. You guys haven't tried torpedo juice? Yeah, sorry, I'm just to catch up on. All right, side lateral, and then we'll do squats. That's 95%. It's insanity. Holy shit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
How much
8,
would that set you back?
9, 10. In life or in your wallet, monetarily? 10. 11, 12. I would love if that had if we were able to like quantify how much of your life you would lose per product. That'd be interesting. I don't know if you could pinpoint it. If we ever get that sophisticated in technology, it's like, hey, you can smoke cigarettes. Cigarettes are perfectly legal. We're not taking that away from you. But here's the life cost per day, 1, 2, 3. Some real chain smokers. 4. Keeping real good track. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, dang. You know, irresponsibly cheap. Yeah, I remember seeing like giant jugs of liquor, and I'm like, how is it that cheap? And you know, it's bottom shelf stuff, but you're still like, when you're a kid, you're like, oh my god, it's like a 2 liter. Who the hell is drinking that much liquor? I'm like, oh, that's nice for a party, and then you see like a really crotchety old person just get it, and you're like, that person is not partying. Yeah, I would like to see. I mean, this would be highly invasive to your privacy, but I would like to see, like, you know, there's stuff at stores. You're
That's
like,
probably a
who
good
is
thing.
buying that? I would love to see like you know, a log, a screenshot log of like the past 5 people that have bought the thing that I think nobody buys. Like the biggest, those comically huge things of like Jim Beam. Like, that is, who is buying that much Jim Beam? That's
2%
like
of people
a
bought this
3-foot
item.
statue filled with alcohol. 2% of people bought this item, yeah. I thought that was a display thing. I didn't even think it was filled with real alcohol. Privacy laws, dude. I know, I'm imagining a world where I gain like omniscient powers over everybody.
Bulk Bogan official said
I could look in a
they
crystal
should
ball
also
and
have
just,
live Steam reviews for all
my
products.
own curiosity. It would be great. We need to know who these people are. Yeah. I just think it would be like not who I expect. Like, you know, I think it would be like
said, I've seen some monstrously big 3,700 pounds bottle of wine in upmarket London.
Yeah, that too. I feel like I have a grasp of who buys the artsy-fartsy wine bottles. It's like these retirees and people who own a ton of real estate and just like, they have so much money they don't know what to do with. And instead of give back to the community, they invest in like art and expensive bottles of wine as almost just like a, you know, a haven to store their money. You know. Shit. Anyway, sorry to get real with you. Anyway, let's do some squats and then we done so. You know, what if it was like...
Are we sure they're not dragons?
Are we sure they're not dragons? Yeah, I would just like if it's someone like... I don't know. Who would you be really surprised by buying like a, you know, 100-gallon alcohol statue that they eventually drink? Like, oh, yeah. Like, it's a lady who goes to the bingo hall, like a reverend or something, you know. Somebody's preacher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Bulk Bogan official said, I need a list of people who got the Crystal Head vodka stat.
Yes, that too. 10, 11, 12. I wonder if there's any people who like started drinking vodka, not because they like vodka, but because they were like really into aliens. Because Dan Aykroyd's really into that stuff. So they're like, well, if my favorite alien hunter drinks it, I guess I'll just become an alcoholic now. I bought several of them. It's kind of an interesting piece. You know, vodka said, you can mix into anything. It's kind of cool to have like a skull thing on there. I don't have one, but I know a few people who have it on their shelf. I go, oh, crystal vodka.
It's got ghosts in it.
It's got ghosts in it. Now that would be great. He would get sued into oblivion. You know, he probably wanted to post that. And they're like, damn, we're going to get sued. Okay, well, it does have ghosts in it. I'm going to let the people know. Please, you can't say that, Dan. No, this crystal vodka's got ghosts in it. All right, Dan, please, for the love of God.
Bulk Bogan official said, honestly, let Dan have it, He made Ghost Boosters. He can be a bit crazy.
I guess so. He's earned the right to be insano. Yes, preach the thank you. All right. I'm all set for the weekend here. Thanks for joining. Thanks for all the new follows. Have a good weekend. I'm going up north tomorrow. It is Jaws' 50th anniversary. I wonder if we have this place called the Redford that shows old movies. I wonder if they're doing anything for it. But yeah. Oh, have a good weekend. See you on Monday. Hey, a new low weight. 257. We're doing it. Getting down there. I think I could reach 200. I honestly think I do. So maybe by next year. Anyway, have a good weekend. Catch you on Monday. Bye. See you, Charles. All right. Have a good weekend, everybody. See you on Monday. Sweat check. Proof it's not LCGI. All right. Peace. See you, Psycho. Thank you for the new follow. See you, Bulk. See you, W. See you, Biz. See you on Monday. Bye.